Hey everybody, Max Master here, back with Marvel Heroes, patch 2.1, and we got Iron Man. I've been waiting for him to see how he came through from the test center. Numbers tuned down, so if you've been looking at the test center's reports, his numbers are nowhere near what they had over there. He was a real fierce number beast over there, so I'm not surprised they didn't make it. So some things that changed is they did increase the damage of Pulsebolt, making it kind of feasible now. If you didn't think it was feasible before, and if you liked it before, you're probably going to love it now. Arc Reactor provides damage to all weapon systems. Very nice. The one of, to me, still does low damage for a 30-second cooldown. I don't know what they're thinking on that one. If you disagree with me, just look at that as 8,000 damage, and then look at Emma Frost's. Missile control. This affects all systems as well, so the crit applies to everything. Interesting changes. Other than that, they did change the coolant blast. This is, instead of a hold down and spray, it's kind of a hit a thing and it sprays and it freezes. I don't know if it's better or worse. The damage here, the extra damage to bosses doesn't scale as high, but the physical damage done is higher, the base physical damage, so that's kind of cool. The shield, obviously it's only a 25% damage reduction shield now instead of 50% damage reduction, so you're going to be taking some damage, making adaptive defensives even better for you. If you weren't taking adaptive, you probably should really take it now. And it's also making deployable medic better. And also what makes deployable medic better is it's no longer collidable with players, it's no longer destroyable by the NPCs or mobs. And that's definitely a lot better. Although I will tell you, it's got a weird kind of cast animation to it. It doesn't react as fast as I would like it. You know, when you hit the button, you'd think it would pop out and start regenerating health. But it does a little bit of a weird thing. At least it did in test. We'll see what happens here. So for me, I'm going to revisit the Steel Rain build, but I'm going to take it to a degree harder. And let's see if it works just as well as it did in test. And what, of course, we're going to have to do is go with the Force Shield again. The good thing about only 25% damage negated is it's going to be almost impossible for it to get defeated by going with adaptive defenses. The shield regeneration on this alone will probably defeat the damage incoming because it's only 25% now. And then we are going to do wrist rockets. Yummy. Look at all that damage. Look how hard wrist rockets hits. And then you got the dot to finish anything off that's coming out, and it's only 9 spirit. We're going to do micro missiles. I wasn't a big fan before, bigger fan now. That's basically 12,000 damage every 3 seconds, which basically, to me, equals 4,000 damage a second. And that's basically what I want. And we're going to do, of course, Jericho Bombardment. These two are just our heavy hit point killers. Maybe blues will drop a bombardment on if we want. At this point, we're going to make sure that we can get the medic, the system reboot. There is defense rating on there. It's minimal at best. It's not worth pumping points in, but it's definitely worth, getting back to life again. Missile control system. 1 point for 210 crit, why not? Jet boot flight. We get a movement speed from this. It almost compares. But if you're going to want fast movement, you're going to want that shield overload if you want a way to go back into energy. I actually don't need it in this build, so I'm not taking it. And 1 point in Disruptor Beam isn't too bad to have, basic attack, just because it makes enemies take 10% extra damage and they deal 10% less damage. if you hit them with it. And then all the rest of the points just go into arc reactor. And as you get higher level, you'll be able to put more and more points in there. I know it's kind of silly, but it actually doesn't provide that much damage just yet. Higher levels, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and the bigger your spirit pool, the better off it is. But we're using a couple other things to get much more damage out of it. Every 1,000 damage rating equals about 25% damage. Let me just click this. So with the nominalization of all the stats, and what I mean is crit, critical strike, defense, dodge, you know, you put points in there, a couple thousand, you're going to net somewhere around 25 to 30%. So, you know, 2,000, you got 20%, 25% crit, 25% dodge, 30% damage reduction. Everybody's hovering in these numbers. Every character I've looked at, it's like 30% damage reduction, 30% dodge when you put points to dodge. Not counting gear, not counting, you know, taking all your points and all your gear and just pumping into there. You can get higher, but why would you? It's only a 50% damage reduction when you dodge. You know, it's not worth going that hardcore on dodge anymore. Unless you really, really got some kind of key factor that you need that dodge for. I don't. So what I'm doing here is going back to the old system of the shield motion tracker. That's 14% damage at maximum range. It actually happens a little bit sooner than maximum range. It's about this far out. So it happens pretty good. With this build, I'm not using Voltaic Punch and staying up close. Otherwise, I'd be using Nethrum Gens and Talismans of Kalungs because I'd be always point blank. Now I'm staying away. These are averaging probably 7 to 10% attack bonus, which is pretty good. Now, if you look, my damage rating here is a bonus of 410. It's giving me 15%. I basically just put on something that's giving me 15 or 410 damage rating plus 146 critical rating for range abilities. I'm sitting at 742 crit, like I said, 25% crit chance. Defense rating, 36% defense, so we're a little bit tanky. Dodge, 344, no dodge. And tenacity's been broken, so it doesn't matter anyways. That's all the same, so I can't show anything else happening. And what we're going to do here is have some health regen. Health regen pays off so much. A little extra on your gear comes through so well. I do Doc Ox because now we got all AoE and all ranged abilities, area abilities. So the radius and the crit rating and the damage rating, it all stacks up, so it's very good to have. Obviously with this we're going with the damage at range. I tend to stay at that curve, which is around 10% damage bonus at 14% at maximum range. I'd really like 15% ones, but I just don't have the time to go get it. I got okay gear with the Cosmic, and currently this is set up with crit. Really nothing better to go with. I could go with hit points, wouldn't be bad. Main thing here is 5% of the damage you deal is converted to life. So he's actually set up pretty solid. And we already got Wrist Rocket down there. We're going to put Micro Missiles in the third, Jericho on the second, because we will use Jericho every now and then. The Oh No button of Deployable Medic. We don't need that there. But what we do need is that there. And we're going to put our Shooter. And we need a shield. And that's it. We activate the shield. We fire a missile just for activating the shield. So I'm level 38. Let's take a look at what we got here. Hoods would be higher level than me. Kingpin. Could use a higher level dock, but that'll be a little bit lower level. Let's do hood anyway. So there's going to be some damage reduction here because it's orange. Oh, the shield is down. Is it down or up? Can't tell. No, it's up. Oh, we already got a bug. The dot effect is not being applied. Oh, there it goes, finally. Then we got these, we can hit some missiles. You can see I'm already back up to full mana, blowing it out. Oops, that's good. Not too high a level. So I'm 38 and I'm fighting 43s. Okay. Probably should have opted for the beta. I'm not really running because I have to, I just want the extra damage. You can see the shield really never goes down, even though these things are so high level. No, a little bit of hit point damage, I dropped the medic. You can see it took the medic a little while to come out. That's a bug. The medic isn't healing. How many bugs came through? Dot's not applying. Medic's not healing. Jeez. See what happens when you rush something? It's kind of funny, the shield's never been defeated. Yellow got eaten up pretty good. So I kept doing orange stuff with Colossus and everybody, and I kept saying, man, I really shouldn't do the orange stuff. It just doesn't look right. These guys are so higher level than me. Oh, they're all dead already. These beetles are messing with me. And the medic is not healing. So he was a little bit of a fight. What level was he? Oh, only 41, 42. So 4 levels higher than me. Kind of destroyed him. Kind of sucks that this medic doesn't work. But basically, without the beetles and everything, you could stand there and shoot, and you would drop this every 3 seconds. It stays very mana effective. But with the beetles, it was eating up all the micro missiles, and it was taking all the wrist rockets, which is causing lots of extra fires. But it was alright. Burned them down anyways. So, that's Iron Man, Steel Rain. You know, 4 level higher. Orange content, blow it away. Remember, that was about half the regular damage, so if you went with your level, you would probably wipe the floor with everything in there. Just keep that in mind. So, hope I helped. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you later.